a card between 1 and 3. 1, 2, or 3. All right, if you chose card number 1, I'm gonna be a bitch. I'm sorry. There are two people, a masculine fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag, and also a young fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag. And I just asked, I'm like, okay, well, what's the deal with these two? What's the deal? And basically, the cards were showing to just leave them alone. Like, just leave them the hell alone. Like, the thing with the fire energy that, like, as a Libra who opposes Aries energy, who opposes that fire energy. So Gemini is opposite Sag, which is air as well. Libra is opposite Aries, which is air and fire. And then Leo is opposite Aquarius, which is also air, right? And fire. So the thing with the air and fire energies, when you think about air and fire, two things can happen. One, I know I said 4. Two things can happen. One, you're going to put out that fire sign's flame. If you're just too chaotic and blowing way too much hot air and talking too much and overwhelming them, you're going to blow out their flame. Secondly, with the flame and air, a lot of times bigger fires need oxygen, right? So sometimes we end up fanning their flame and making them bigger, bigger, bigger. So if you're an air sign who is connected to a fire sign, keep in mind that you're either making them more intense and passionate and big and embracing their fire energy, or you're blowing out their flame, right? And it's weird how it doesn't really work the other way around. You know what I mean? Like, what does fire do to air? Fire does not impact air. Not really, not really. So if you're an air sign with these fire signs, leave them alone. If you were a water sign, think about it, right? Water and fire. First of all, I love fire and water together because that's how I make my coffee and my tea and all of that. But it also is going to burn me. I need air in order to blow that, to bring it down to room temperature, right? So if it's just fire and water, it's steaming, it's hot, and also water puts out fire's energy, right? Water signs will just completely diffuse the fire. And there's so many Pisces Aries combos that I feel struggle with this quite a bit. All right, what's the last one? Earth. Earth and fire. Think about it. Burnt earth, nothing grows on it. So if your fire sign is putting too much flame and passion and energy on top of you as an earth sign, it's going to be really hard to grow and to really feel nourished because it's burnt earth, right? Also, same thing. A lot of the times dirt puts out fire. So with that, hopefully it's going to be easier to understand where your fire sign is coming from. They need to be left alone in order to grow right now, in order to grow their flame together, because fire and fire together, right, is going to create a bigger flame. Or it's that this masculine fire sign needs to light or ignite the flame in the young fire sign, and your energy will interfere with that. So it's saying retreat, do your own thing, and remember, don't take it personally, right? Like, that's why I just keep telling myself, as a Libra, everything that other people do, I'm like, is it me? Is it me? And it's so victim mode, people pleasing, right? Don't take it personally. It's none of your business. They could be, fire energy is just focused on their flame, and that's okay. Air energy wants to create impacts. Air energy wants to come in and move things around. Earth energy wants to know that you're stepping on them, wants to know that they're providing this support. Water energy, of course, wants you to feel dehydrated without them. Like, you need me to survive. You need me, right? I want to go fully into you and just be in every area and cell. This fire sign, these two fire signs, just leave them alone this week. That's basically what I'm getting at, okay? Especially because we're on the heels of the eclipse in a fire sign. So they're already feeling this energy, and they just need us to retreat and give them that opportunity to really flame up, right? Flame up. All right, if you chose card number 2, I came back and asked for more information because all it was saying was to just take the L. Like, you are defeated, there's a loss, like, just take the L and move on, walk away. With that, it is an empowerment. It's kind of like when you're a kid in the playground and you lose, and it's like, well, I didn't even want to play. You know, I wasn't even trying. You know, I wasn't even playing. right? That's basically what you have to do. You have to basically just create the change, create the liberation, tell yourself you weren't even playing. So the loss and the defeat, all right, they can have it. I wasn't even playing. I didn't even care about the ending. I didn't even care about the reward. And with that, it actually is more empowering, right? Because I don't know about you, but when I used to do that as a kid on the playground, it worked. Well, I wasn't even playing, you know, like it worked. The other person is like, well, you know what I mean? The victory ends up shifting when there's no real value placed on it, right? When it doesn't even exist. So this week, recognize that you have lost something, you have been defeated, but as long as you control that narrative by deciding that you don't value what the prize was, what the win was, unless you're on, you know, like trial for murder, like as long as you tell yourself that you don't care about and you don't value the reward, is it really a loss? Is it? All right, the card that I also pulled to ask for more information on what you would be losing, and it is just the fact that you put so much energy into it. So another thing with being on the playground and saying, well, I don't even care, I wasn't even playing, you were playing. You're sweating, you're panting, you were playing. So the only loss is just the energy that you put in to playing the game. But as soon as you say you don't value it and it is what it is and it was expendable and I didn't need that energy anyways, I got a good workout out of it, that's when that shift happens. So this week, recognizing that you have lost, but it was a lost investment. It was because you put so much energy into it. You were fighting so hard to hold on to it. Once you devalue it, you no longer have to feel like you have to fight to hold on to it. And it's no longer a loss per se, especially if it's a loss of time. All right, learning experience, teachable moment. Okay, card number 3. This one was interesting. It's the Hierophant card. So you truly are quite the teacher. Like you are a wise teacher. A lot of your information is coming from your third eye. So I was just reading this and it really resonated with me. If you have any marks like beauty marks, moles, birthmarks on your forehead, like around here, your messages are from your third eye, like you're a channeler. If it's around your mouth, then you are in your throat, you're a vocalist. Like mine is right here, right? So I'm a vocalist. Like I'm constantly talking, as I'm sure you know. If it's closer to your heart, you're more heart-centered giving. So look where your moles are. That is going to be basically your sign or your label that you are that teacher and that you've been withholding communication when it comes to that area. So if you have a lot of moles around your heart, you haven't been speaking your heart enough. If you have a lot of moles around your throat, you haven't been speaking enough. I just spat as I said that, like really get it out there. If you have it around your third eye, you've been withholding communication when it comes to how you vocalize your channeled messages. So what I asked, what that wise teaching is, like what you're supposed to be sharing, it's taking risks, because all 3 of those things are a big risk. If I speak my channeled message, that could really be a massive risk because I could be wrong, right? If I speak my truth, that could hurt somebody. That could really offend them. If I speak my heart, that is so exposing. You put yourself in a vulnerable position. So all 3 opportunities to express are a risk, but that's what you're here to teach others. And it's a valuable, valuable lesson. So let me know in the comments, where is your moles? Let me guess, you have them all over, aren't you? You're just covered and you got to start speaking your truth. All right, I will talk to you next week. But if you would like a personalized reading, please message me on Instagram at Beyond Your Sun Sign, or you can email me directly, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. Have an amazing week, and I will talk to you soon.